Hello, everyone. I wanted to go over today Siege from a defender's point of view, as well as from a hero's point of view. In order for a siege to begin, the attacking factions, or at least one attacking faction, needs to declare war on your castle. And for that to happen, the hero needs to go to their community tab, go to faction, go to siege info, hit apply, and 1 hour before siege starts, the siege commander is selected for each faction based off of the rank of the hero that applied. So the highest ranking hero in our case for defense is Galaxia, who is the Aeronor hero. The highest ranking hero will always have priority on the siege commander position. And once the heroes are selected for the siege commander position, the siege commander then has to place down a respawn tent for which side they want to attack on. So these spots are predetermined for each castle. So for Nui Mari specifically, it's either to the west or to the east. And these tents are first come, first serve. So if one attacking faction places on this side, then the other attacking faction is not going to be able to place on this same area. They have to place on the opposite area. So for Siege specifically, the attacking side, on phase 1 will be allied. So the Haranians and the pirates are forced allied in Siege, and pirates are allowed up to 30 people, and both the mainland factions, Harania and the defending faction Nuya, are only allowed up to 50 people in their siege raid. So at the beginning, the defenders will have to fight 50 versus 80. And the objective for the attackers, the objective for the attackers is to break into the castle and attack this Archeum lodestone and bring it down to 0% to push it into phase 2 of the siege. In phase 2 of the siege, orbs will spawn around the castle. Like there will be at least, I don't know how many exactly, but there's going to be a lot of orbs scattered around the castle for the attackers to channel. If the pirates are able to channel enough orbs, then the castle is destroyed, and no mainland faction will hold the castle, and a castle claim will have to be completed in order for one of the mainland factions to reclaim the castle. If the attacking side channels enough orbs, then the castle just flips over to the attacking side for winning the siege. Let's see. So as defenders, in order to stop the attackers from breaking your lodestone, you must first stop them from entering your castle altogether. And to do that, you want to first collect siege equipment. And the equipment from these NPCs are limited. The first one being the squad horse. So the squad horse is only 50 allowed horses to be given out. So everyone in the siege squad should have one horse. These Shadagon steam tanks, there's only a total of 6 for the defender side. So before the siege even starts, you guys should kind of prepare and figure out who will be picking up which equipment. On top of the Shadagon tanks, there are also flamethrowers and siege gliders. So flamethrowers are also a limited amount. There's a total of 10, and gliders have a total of 12. So after talking about equipment, I want to move on to talking about the tower cannons that can be placed down by heroes prior to the siege start. And the way to use these cannons is to walk up next to the cannon itself, grab the machine, and then if they're not already activated, you have to activate the turret, right? So once you activate the turret, there is a second buff called Intuition, which increases your max HP, defense, and makes you immune to debuffs. So as you can see, I have 57,000 HP. If I use Intuition, it jumps up to 117,000. And it'll make you much harder to kill while you're on the cannon, right? So one thing about these cannons that you should know is that there is a limited range on how far you can shoot, and there's also a minimum range of how close you can shoot, right? So as you can see, this is as far as the cannon shot goes, and I'm gonna start bringing it closer, and you'll see when it stops, and that's as close as you can get with the tower cannon. So I'm gonna start pulling it in now, and this is it. I can no longer shoot any closer than this. So you'll see that there's a big area or a gap where your tower just does not have line of sight for, right? So it's very important to one, get on these tower cannons to break like catapults and other high priority equipment like ironclads that are barreling their way into your castle. As you can see, they have some, like the catapults already up right here. They have some siege tanks. Obviously, the siege is AFK because their attackers do not want to attack this week. And what you want to do with these cannons is, as well as the other equipment given from the NPCs, you want to use them to destroy the enemy equipment so that it delays them from killing your Archeum Lodestone, because the Lodestone only takes damage from siege equipment. So either the catapults, the ironclads, as well as the flamethrowers, right? So when you get on these tower cannons, it's important to kind of understand the range, like how far you can shoot and how close you can shoot, so that you're not getting on the wrong tower cannon and like you're stuck on a cannon that isn't actually able to do anything, right? Perfect. So moving on, I want to talk a little bit about the hero skills. So as a hero, you get specific abilities that are unique only to you, or only to heroes. The first big one is the Commander's Frigid Blast. It freezes all enemies within 20 meters. Here, I'll show you how it works. So I'm going to go to this guy, freeze him, right? So he's frozen for 5 seconds. They can't move. And it hits everyone in that ice circle that you just saw to keep them from moving for however much time. On top of the freeze, you also have Commander's Will and Commander's Protection. These are attack and defensive buffs. So you get 10% attack for 12 seconds if you use this, and 15% receive damage for 12 seconds if you use this, to all enemies within 20 meters, right? So you can pop them both at the same time and give it to your ally, right? Now they have the buff. I have the buff. The next two abilities, Install Siege Mine and Summon Siege Cannon. These two can only be used on the second phase of Siege, where the orbs spawn, and you need to defend the orbs and prevent any attacking faction, either the pirates or the enemy mainland faction, from channeling enough orbs to reach 100%. So what you want to do with these mines and the siege cannon is to place them close to one of the orbs so that they can help you defend the orb, right? So that these are also doing damage to the enemy attackers. But yeah, I think that's all there is to it, really, in terms of like the siege mechanics. I wish I could show you phase 2, but I don't think the enemy raid will be looking to take our castle this week, so there's no chance for me to show you phase 1. But yeah, that's all. Thank you so much for watching, and take care. Bye bye.